It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guest co-host, Soumya Krishnamurthy.
What is up?
Music journalist, like a real journalist, okay? Let's get into some Yeetie. So this man, Courtney Burgess, who's claiming that he has sex tapes from Diddy's parties and Kim Porter's real memoir, says he has been subpoenaed by a federal grand jury. Now, his attorney, Ariel Mitchell, and Courtney Burgess were leaving outside the federal courthouse. This is in Manhattan. And here's what he had to say about these flash drives and videotapes.
So it is Kim Porter's book, but not necessarily some of the stuff with the celebs that were mentioned.
It's hers. Nobody touched it.
Oh, so it is her official book.
Yes.
And no one touched it.
Nobody altered it. Nothing.
So it's not the copy that the gentleman said that he was selling before. No.
No.
It's two different copies. That one was edited, and we have the original copy.
All right. So, listen, the grand jury is now subpoenaing this witness. You're like, who is he?
Who is he? I mean, it's crazy because, first of all, who keeps a diary? Just that's something from like the 1800s. But apparently she kept this alleged diary, and all these completely random men alleged to have possession of it. So I don't know. I mean, with these things, it's always allegations. Let's see how the evidence comes out. But I definitely have an eyebrow raised.
Okay. All right. Now, Diddy investigators have also interviewed male escorts about these freak-off parties. And they said they're all too happy to talk, according to a federal law enforcement source. We're asking them about their recollections of the freak-offs, what they were paid to do, who else was involved. And they said there were a lot of intricate details that people were able to remember. These guys were in their 20s at the time. They're now in their 40s, and they have aged out of that business. They talked about a lot of similar things, like drugs that were allegedly supplied. They were encouraged to take Viagra and Cialis before the parties. They were expected to perform and were told if they didn't perform, they'd be thrown out of the party and not paid.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, too, if the prosecutors came to them and said, if you are an escort, technically you're engaging in sex work. So if you don't cooperate with us, we could charge you.
Well, these events were supposedly elaborate sex performances, and they said some of these people were forced to engage in frequent days-long sexual activities. So,
and that's the point. I think the being forced, right? What is
Violence,
the line of
intimidation?
Consent? Yeah, because if someone went to a freak-off, they're an adult, they consented. I don't think anyone should have an issue with it. It's when people were forced, when they weren't able to consent. Like, those are the things I think we should be talking about.
And, you know, the Post has talked about this. They have more than 24 videos that they viewed of these sex parties, which appear to be footage. And they said in one video, it appears that Diddy himself took part in the action. And they said he's holding the camera while it appears he's engaging in sex with a woman. So they have
he was
to
the director,
identify.
he was the star, allegedly doing everything.
I think the other thing is maybe you go there thinking it's going to be one thing, and then if you're forced to stay for days and days at a time and doing things that you didn't intend to do, that's still, you know, even if you are being paid to do something, but then it's like, oh, no, I didn't sign up for all that, and then now you're forced to stay, that's different.
Yeah, and consent can be removed at any time. And the question becomes, if you were under the influence, intoxicated,
Underage.
can you give
That's
consent?
another issue.
That's a big one.
Now, J-Lo, in the meantime, was recently doing an autograph signing session, and according to the Daily Mail, she walked away after being asked questions about her relationship with Diddy. A fan walked up and said, J-Lo, do you have any comments about Diddy and the allegations? And that's when she stopped signing the autograph, stormed out, and people were saying, don't leave, but she was out of there anyway.
Yeah, that's a no comment.
That person ruined it for everyone. What did you think she was going to say?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I think people hope to catch a celebrity just kind of, you know, off the cuff, and maybe they'll say something. But J-Lo's a professional. She's done it for a long time.
I've never heard anybody say, I did it, you know. But anyway.
Except OJ, that one book, yeah.
If I did it.
Yeah, yes, allegedly.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. It's Way Up.
Way